Now, Ukraine's president has held key talks with former U.S. President Donald Trump with the future of aid for Kyiv in question. Volodymyr Zelenskyy presented Trump with his, quote, victory plan in New York in a bid to shore up support if Trump is re-elected in November. Trump said he has good relationships with Zelenskyy and Russia's President Putin. He insisted he could get a deal to end the war, while also saying the U.S. is paying too much for Ukraine's defense. Zelenskyy earlier met with Trump's Democratic rival Kamala Harris, who said her support for Ukraine is unwavering.
This is our seventh visit together, and welcome.
Jenny Mathis, expert in Russian politics and security, senior lecturer in the Department of International Politics at Abristwith University. Hello, Jenny. Trump told Zelenskyy that he will find a solution that is good for both sides if he becomes president. Now, how could that deal look like?
Well, Trump has not given precise details, but what he said in the past makes it pretty clear that he thinks some sort of a trade of land for peace is the way to go. And of course, Trump is a deal maker. He's very transactional. And so, to his mind, that would be a good solution because it would withdraw the necessity of U.S. support for Ukraine, which is, of course, costing a lot of money. It would, end the war, in quotation marks, bring Trump himself some celebrity for the fact that he has brought the war to an end, allegedly, and, stay in good with Vladimir Putin, which is very important for Trump. So this is the kind of solution that Trump is probably thinking of, although it's probably not one that Zelenskyy would approve of.
Right. Sounds like a deal that is likely to favor Russia more than Ukraine. The Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris also met Zelenskyy last week and said that those who would have Ukraine trade territory for peace are supporting proposals of surrender. What is her plan really regarding Ukraine if she becomes president?
So she has not been very precise about her plans if she becomes president, except to demonstrate or to indicate that she would be a force for continuation of the Biden administration's support for Ukraine. She has given some slight hints that she might go further than Biden, but these are only hints, and we don't really know the details yet. But certainly, as far as Ukraine is concerned, a Harris presidency would be much more beneficial to them and much more in their interest than a Trump presidency would be.
Right. Zelenskyy has recently presented his victory plan to the U.S. and other allies, in which he's trying to sell his vision for Ukrainian victory despite losses on the battleground. How do you think Russia sees his plan?
Oh, Russia is not happy about his plan at all. We don't have a lot of details about Zelensky's plan still, but it is clear that the two central pillars of the plan are trying to get the U.S. and other Western allies to allow Ukraine to use their weapons to strike deep into Russian territory, to damage Russia's ability to wage war and make life much more difficult for Russia. And secondly, Zelenskyy very much wants some security guarantees, as in NATO membership, sooner rather than later, within months rather than years. And the combination of those two things definitely do not make Putin happy.
Right. So is Putin still interested in negotiations? How does he want this war to end?
Well, Russia's position and Putin's position has been very clear throughout the war, and that has been that Russia wants to take everything that it currently either holds or claims. Russia wants Ukraine to be neutral. Russia doesn't want Ukraine to have relationships with NATO, and so on and so on. So basically, Russia wants everything. Russia's not willing to compromise on any points, as far as we can tell. And so, in order to further the prospect of peace, normally two sides at war have to each give something, and Putin so far doesn't indicate that he wants to give anything serious. Right.
Jenny Mathis, expert in Russian politics and security, senior lecturer in the Department of International Politics at Abristwith University. Thank you.
Thank you.